Hello and welcome to the Raw Success Podcast. My name is Stacey Morgan. I'm the CEO of Raw Success, and I'm so thrilled that you are taking the time to join us as part of this podcast launch. I love audio. I love podcasts. I think it's such an awesome way to be able to share thoughts and feelings, to be able to get to know, like, and trust somebody so much better. So I appreciate the fact that you're taking the time to stick me in your earbuds and to hear what I have to say about our upcoming season. It is a really exciting time at Raw because, of course, we aren't yet in awards season. So it is the time for us to be growing and looking at ways to scale our business. So it's a great time for education. It's a great time for learning. And so we thought we'd launch this podcast with that in mind, giving you the opportunity not only to be able to learn new skills, to be able to put the skills that you have in place into practice. You know, sometimes a lot of us need a reminder about the things that we know we should be doing in our business, but often we, get lost in our to-do list and those things fall further and further down the priority list. Sometimes it's really good to have a reminder of those things that we know we should be doing. And also, it's really good to be able to have the opportunity to be inspired by others. This business journey, this entrepreneurship journey can sometimes feel really lonely. Especially if you are a solopreneur, especially if you have a small team, if you're the only person kind of with the weight on your shoulders in terms of the responsibility of the business, it can feel really isolating. And sometimes, especially when those challenges come up, it can feel really like you're the only one that's ever gone through this experience. I know that I've had that experience in many of my businesses, and I am the owner of 7 businesses. And those 7 businesses are across a range of industries, and they keep me really busy. But the one thing that kind of links them all together is that I do go through challenges. I do go through periods of learning and periods of growth. And the one common theme is throughout that, when you're in it, you sometimes feel like it's just you, and that this experience that you're going through, this, staff member who's quitting the day before the event, or this, cash flow issue, these things, as you're going through them, you sometimes feel like you're the first person and the only person to ever experience this challenge. And so it's really nice to be able to share stories of entrepreneurship with other people who are in the trenches, other people who understand what this journey is like. And so we're going to be doing that by inspiring you with stories from people from the Raw community. And I'm so excited by the caliber of business owners that we have as part of this community. I find them so inspiring. I love hearing their stories, and I know that you will too. I love hearing the passion that they have for their business. It's the same passion that I have for Raw Success and for the success of you and your business. We're really here to be able to elevate, to be able to celebrate small businesses across Australia. And so the role of the podcast will be just to give you that platform, to give you that opportunity to learn, and to give you that opportunity to celebrate your journey. Of course, our major event for the year is always going to be the Raw Awards. And this year we're going to be adding a conference day to our Raw Awards. It's going to be a little bit earlier in the year than it was last year. And that's really exciting because it means that you're going to be able to get stuck into your entries very, very soon. But before we do all of that, I'm hoping that the next couple of episodes, you're going to get to learn different things that different business owners are doing in their business, different ways they're innovating, different challenges that they've come across, and the ways that they've overcome them, in the hope that it'll inspire you in your business journey. For me, I am so excited to be the CEO of Raw Success because I love celebrating business. I really enjoy business, and I love talking business. And that's what the podcast is going to be all about. And for me, that wasn't I didn't find that out naturally. I didn't wake up, some people have great entrepreneurial stories about the lemonade stand on the corner. That wasn't me. I kind of don't have an origin story like that when it comes to business, but I do know that for each of my businesses, I'm really passionate about the thing that we sell, the way that we serve our customers. And my first really well-established business was Port Macquarie Performing Arts, which is a dance studio here on the mid-north coast of New South Wales. And for me, I thought I was going into this business because I love teaching ballet. And I thought that I would really love connecting with my customers and getting to watch young ballerinas grow from, twinkle toes all the way through to their graduation. I thought that was going to be the rewarding part of my business. But what I have learned from the last 15 years running this business is that actually the part that lights me up now, the part that gets me excited, is the actual business element. How can we bring more customers in? How can we retain the customers we have? How can we make sure that we've got effective cash flow? How can I be a good leader to the people that are working alongside me? How can I make sure that I'm serving my local community? How can I give back? And it's all of those things, all of those elements of business that I've carried through to not only Port Macquarie Performing Arts, but all of my other 6 businesses. And I hope that it's through those journeys and those challenges. I hope the things that I can share with you, those lessons that I have learned, I hope that that is going to inspire you to be able to get through those challenging times in your business, to be able to take your business to the next level. And I'm really looking forward to walking alongside you as part of that journey. I love that you have subscribed to the podcast. I'm so excited that you are here. I really want to give you the opportunity to become involved. I want you to be really active on our Instagram. I want you to reach out. I want you to use the show notes. Often when we are doing episodes, we will give you links to resources that you can download for yourself or you can access for yourself as part of the show notes. I really want it to be a part of a community that you feel like you can play a part in. So feel free to reach out to us, and Raw Success is our Instagram handle where you can reach us to ask questions, to give us suggestions for future guests, and also to really get involved with the community that we're building here at Raw. And I do hope that you have on your calendar and on your mind, and as you're working through your day-to-day in your business, the thought of entering the Raw Awards as we get closer to those further on in the year. I have always really been a big fan of business awards, and actually that's a lie. I haven't always been. I was about to say I've been a fan for many, many years, and it's so ingrained in me now that I guess I feel like it's something I've always done. But the truth of the matter is, in the early days of my business mentor suggested I enter business awards, and I said to her, don't be ridiculous. I do not have the time. I am way too busy. I have got this and that to do. I've got to focus on blah, blah, blah. Anyway, she was adamant, and she did not let me get away with it. She said, you're just going to enter one category, like just pick one category and enter it, because this is going to be a really good learning process for you. And I thought, I don't have time for this. Are you kidding? And she loves it when I tell this story now, because she was completely right. She was completely right. It was a great learning tool for me. And whilst I didn't win that first year, I really did learn so much, because entering awards, the process itself is really challenging when it comes to thinking about your business from a range of different areas. And when you just first start out in business, perhaps you are really focused on your marketing, perhaps you're really focused in attracting those customers, but you're not really innovating any new products or services. So the innovation question is kind of like, oh, how do I answer this? Perhaps you're really into innovating new products and services, but you don't have a work health and safety policy. So how do you answer that question? It's really such a great learning tool when it comes to being well-rounded in your business. And that's what my business mentor was trying to teach me. And that's what she has inevitably taught me, in that once I had entered that first set of awards, I was then hooked. And so those awards were the impetus for me to get more and more involved, to start entering more categories, to start entering more strategically entering into different awards programs in order to be able to build up my skills and be able to build up the business. Because what would happen is that one year I would write a submission, I'd feel really proud of it. I'd go, this is fire. This is so good. I'm so proud of it. And then the next year would come out and I would reread my submission from the year before and go, oh, that's garbage. We've done so much more since then, or I need to add so much more to that, or I've learned all of these lessons since then. So I would start again and rewrite the all of the answers, and I would go, yes, this is awesome. This is so good. And I'd feel really good about it, put it in, and then the same thing would happen year after year. And you know what that taught me? It taught me that we are always evolving. It's a great reflective process to be able to look back on the time that you've spent, look back the way that you've spent your resources in your business, and then to make really active decisions about what you're going to do for the next 12 months. If you have trouble answering the workplace health and safety question, then for sure, for the next 12 months, you're going to be putting those, non-slip mats out the front. You're going to be making sure that policy is part of your policies and procedures manual. You're going to be, have that top of mind. And so if you haven't entered awards before, I really encourage you to use it first and foremost as a learning tool, to be able to reflect on how far you've come and to be able to really get into the nitty-gritty of what's working and what's not working in your business. Then on top of that, the kind of icing on the cake, the cherry on the sundae, is that business awards are a great way to celebrate. And the Raw Awards is, well known in the industry for putting on a good time. So you get together with other business owners. You get to celebrate the time that you've spent. You get to celebrate how far you've come. And that's really rewarding as well, because as I said in the beginning, business ownership can be really isolating. You can sometimes feel like you're all alone, but entering the Raw Awards and being able to come together and celebrate in this community is really special, because it is a moment for you to be able to go, hey, actually look how far I've come, and look what we've achieved. And that's really valuable too, because that gives you momentum, that gives you enthusiasm and excitement about what you're doing next in your business, which keeps the lights on, keeps the fuel pumping. And it really helps, especially during those periods of entrepreneurship when things can get really challenging. So I do hope that you have on your mind for this year entering the Raw Awards. If you entered last year, fabulous. Perhaps there's an extra category you would like to enter. And I really encourage you to step out of your comfort zone, and just like my business mentor encouraged me to, because as I said, now it's just part of our strategy for each of my businesses. It's now just such a natural part of what we do. It's great for brand awareness. It's great for learning. It's great for rewarding your team. It's so good to be able to celebrate your finalist status or your winning status with the people that you work with. It's really, it builds great culture and camaraderie. And so I really encourage you to make sure that it's part of your strategic plan for 2024. If you would like to go into the draw to win a VIP exclusive Thrive experience, Thrive is our first program that we're kicking off this year, and it's opening in February. If you want to win yourself $5,000 worth of Thrive VIP experience, then just give us a rating or review on Apple Podcasts as part of this launch period. Entries are open through till Sunday, January the 28th. I really hope you can jump on, give us a 5-star review, say something nice about the podcast. That would be really helpful, because what happens with podcasts is this initial launch period is really important. So the more people that like and subscribe and that leave rating and reviews from now until the end of the month, the more reach we're going to be able to have, the more small businesses we're going to be able to impact, the more people we're going to be able to help and celebrate. And really, that's what the Raw podcast is all about. So thank you so much for being here for episode 1. Thank you for listening. I hope that you are inspired to get your business really up to scratch and really firing on all cylinders in the lead up to the Raw Awards for this year. I hope you're going to enjoy all of the fabulous interviews that I have with our incredible Raw community, and I look forward to talking to you next week.